Winds are going to gust 25 to 35 miles an hour during the day today. That's behind the storm system, Mike. It's really going to start to blow out there.
Right, and you know, that makes cleanup even more difficult than it already was going to be, because when you step outside, it's going to feel like it's 15 degrees outside.
Absolutely.
Wind chills are dropping, and
And we want to alert everybody that you need to clean this stuff up, because tonight it's going to freeze up, and you're going to have these hard chunks of ice. We've got heavy snow out there for you in parts of the state right now. The snow ends with some partial clearing a little bit later on this afternoon. It should be a beautiful sunset when that sun goes down, glistening on the freshly fallen white snow. And then tonight, temperatures in the 20s. Again, that refreeze is likely. All right, we're going to send it to Mike, who's got a check of those snowfall totals for us. Mike, they're coming in and they're impressive.
Oh, Scott, we've made it. We've hit the 1 foot mark in some towns. We'll give you a quick update on some of these numbers here. 13 inches in Bristol, 12.5 in Terryville, 11.5 in Farmington. These are some of our bigger totals here. Bristol and Terryville, that whole area was underneath that heavy snow band that Scott had pointed out. And this is where we've seen some very impressive totals out of this storm so far. Oakville, Waterbury up to 11 inches, New Fairfield up to 11 inches, New Britain sitting around 9.5 right now, but as that band continues to pivot through, we'll likely see these numbers increase a bit. Our first alert weather day here continues for Winter Storm Birch. Let's take it to some other parts of the state right now. This Durham report actually may be a little outdated. We just got an email in saying that the numbers are actually up close to the double-digit mark now. Tolland, 9 inches. Coventry, 8.6. Ashford, 8.0. These are all from the National Weather Service out of Boston. Durham, again, could be a little bit higher, even close to 9 inches now for some. Hamden, 5.2 inches. 2.9 in Ledyard. We had some other reports come in. 8.5 out of Cromwell. 7 out of Danielson. Bosra coming in with 5 inches right now. 7 from Jackie in Higganum. So across the state, we're beginning to see some of those higher totals. Although, as Scott just pointed out, things are improving a little bit. Still, the greatest impacts, travel, shoveling. This will be tough to move at times. And we're dealing with perhaps some minor inundation here over the next hour or so along the shoreline. And the risk for power outages continues too. Here's First Alert Futurecast for the next few hours. We see improvements. And by 5 o'clock tonight, so sunset tonight is 5:21. Before we get to that point in time, we expect some partial clearing. This could make for some dramatic wintry sunset photos, and then skies will continue to clear out. And that's why it's so important to get everything up off the ground tonight. We expect a big refreeze tonight. Wind gusts will remain up, so not only does this increase the risk for outages, it makes it feel a bit colder outside. And Scott, we've talked a lot about wind chills. Wind chills across the state now are certainly lower than they were this morning, now that wind is more of a factor.
We're going to take you back to Hartford right now. The visibility there is so poor, and the streets are completely snow-covered. So there is Lauren Richardson with Hartford.
I didn't realize. I thought it was
That's
coming
okay.
up now.
You're looking good in front of Hartford.
Good. Van White.
Absolutely awesome.
All right.
That's right. And we'll take you to the temperatures right now in the low 30s. You've got some mid-30s along the shoreline. Generally, these are where the numbers are going to stand for the remainder of the day. But you have to factor in the fact that it's a little bit chillier than yesterday. It's down anywhere from 5 to 9 degrees cooler than yesterday. And we've got this sustained wind. Look at the double-digit sustained winds now. 10, 13, 14, right? So 17 in Waterbury, and the gusts are starting to pop up. 14s, 18s, 21s, and a 22-mile-an-hour wind gust at Bradley. So this is what it actually feels like. It's in the teens, and that's going to be the trend throughout the day today, so you're going to have to bundle up. The day ahead, we're past that 8 o'clock mark. We're past the 10 o'clock mark. Noontime, we've got that snow still out there for you, and then 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. we start to wind things down. But it's been snowing all morning, and it's going to continue to snow for at least the next couple of hours, particularly in parts of northeast and southeast Connecticut. You guys are going to be the last to get out of the snow. Forecasted highs today in the low mid-30s, again close to where we are right now. And then here comes your 7-day forecast. Love is in the air, every sight and every sound, with 30 degrees tomorrow. That is accompanied with a wind that's going to make that 30 feel like it's in the mid to upper teens and low 20s throughout the day, so you have to bundle up. Tomorrow morning, wind chill values will probably be in the single digits and low teens, so really you're going to have to bundle up. And then look at this trend. Lauren? It's a cold forecast.
I can come in now.
That groundhog, I don't know what he was thinking.
I don't know. What's he saying, right,
I don't know.
Scott? Come on. All right. Good morning.